Well, I had to talk to you about this Christmas fiasco that I just experienced. I don't want to call it a Christmas tragedy. I mean, nobody died here. There's no major issues. But man, this was terrible. So I'll call it a Christmas fiasco. So, my wife and I are free. I'm cooking dinner tonight. It's a few days before Christmas. So, hey, let's put on a Christmas movie. We haven't watched It's a Wonderful Life yet this year. We're Gen X, so we watch It's a Wonderful Life. I also kind of wondered if people younger than us watch this. I don't really know, but we watch it almost every year. So, like most people nowadays, we fire up our streaming box, which is our Google TV, and we search for It's a Wonderful Life to see where we could stream it. And it pops up that it's on Amazon Prime. So that's good. We're Amazon Prime members. I can do that. But here's where the problems start. Let's take a look. So here we go. This is what pops up when you search for It's a Wonderful Life on the Prime app. Now, I'll tell you that when we searched on our Google TV streamer for this, it only showed us one result. And the one result is the third result here, which is the It's a Wonderful Life Abridged Edition. That's the fiasco that we're going to talk about in just a second. So the first version over here, in this version at least it shows you the three different editions. Here's the colorized version, the black and white version, and you'll notice these are both 2 hours and 10 minutes from 1947. Okay, we're all good there. But then this abridged edition. The abridged edition is a shorter version of the Jimmy Stewart Christmas classic with a condensed ending, but still contains all the sweetness and Christmas wonder. Now, for some reason, this is the only one that popped up for us. I couldn't figure out how to see one that didn't say it was the abridged edition, and we were really just looking to throw something on, so we just threw it on. But if you look at this, it says it's an hour and 46 minutes. So that's a good, what is that, 25 minutes that were cut out of it? So I knew that something would be cut out since it's an abridged edition, but I just assumed that what would be cut out was fluff, maybe some transitional periods, maybe found a way to cut out some unnecessary stuff from It's a Wonderful Life, and that would be fine. But man, was I wrong. Because here we are, my wife and I, watching this movie, enjoying it, watching it together, seen it many times. We know the movie, that's not important. Everything seems normal. I've noticed a couple parts where maybe it seemed like maybe they cut out something small, but I wasn't entirely sure. I was just kind of assuming they're cutting out things throughout the movie. And we get to the part where we're finally getting to the part where George Bailey's life goes to hell. The idiot uncle loses $8,000. Sorry, spoilers. Spoilers for It's a Wonderful Life. 1947, so we're 70 some years beyond. But I'm spoiling this if you haven't seen it. So he has this idiot uncle who's also a drunk who loses $8,000, which in 1947, $8,000 was a huge amount of money and got George in a lot of trouble. And that's when the movie turns and things change in the movie. And that's when the angel shows up to help out George when he gets to his lowest. And so, what does the angel do? So, if you've seen the movie, you know. But basically, the angel makes it as if George never existed at all and shows him what his life would be like if he had never existed. There's a lot of movies that do the same thing. I kind of like all of them. I think it's a really fun little thing to do in a movie. Like The Family Man is another great example of this, which is another good Christmas movie. One of my favorite Nick Cage movies, by the way. Also has Taya Leone in it. Very good. I recommend it if you haven't seen it. But anyhow, you probably know the story. If you're paying attention to this video, you saw it's about It's a Wonderful Life. I'm sure you know. So what did they cut out in the abridged version? They cut out the entire part of him being removed from his life. Like literally, they excised that entire part of the movie. You get to the part where George is going to jump off the bridge, Clarence appears, he jumps into the water, George goes in to save him. Then they're in that little shack afterwards, and George has, he's got punched by the guy at the bar. It's been a really bad night for George. You know the movie. And at that point, it's when Clarence figures out, oh, here's what I can do. Here's how I can make George see that he's actually has a great life. I'm going to make it as if he never existed. And then there's this whole section where George has to go through Bedford Falls and realize that nobody knows who he is and all the people that he's touched and how it affected the town and the people that live in the town and how big of an impact that he actually had without realizing. That's the whole point of the movie, right? That's the Christmas miracle in It's a Wonderful Life. It's that George realizes how important he really is. Yes, he's not a wealthy man. Yes, he's worked really hard and hasn't been able to do exactly what he wanted to do with his life, but he still had a wonderful life, and that's the whole point. And at the very end, George goes, okay, I get it now. I want to go back to my life. I want my wife back. I want my kids back. I want everything back. I don't care what happens to me. I just want to go back. Great ending. All the people in town come and help him. So, what did they cut in the abridged version? Like I said, they got to that shack. Clarence figures out what he's going to do, and it just cuts right there. It cuts from there to George being back in his regular life and running around town and saying how happy he is and saying, hello to the Emporium, hello Bedford Falls, hello all you people, and being super happy and excited to get back into his life. It took out everything that the movie stands for. Who decided this? Who, in their brilliance, at Amazon or wherever created this abridged edition? I don't know if it's Amazon that actually created it. But oh my God. You took out everything. You couldn't find other stuff to trim to cut down the running time? To make it an hour and 45 minutes instead of 2 hours and 10 minutes? You didn't even save us that much time. This isn't like, Fellowship of the Ring versus Fellowship of the Ring Extended Edition where there's a huge amount of extra footage or anything like that. No, you cut out a little bit, but you cut out the most important point of It's a Wonderful Life. What a fiasco! Who came up with this? I don't know. It had to be a focus group, maybe, or some idiot executive somewhere. Whoever did it, you should be ashamed, and you should take this off Amazon Prime. So, here's my warning to you. If you're looking to watch It's a Wonderful Life on Amazon Prime, make sure you do not watch the abridged edition. Because it's basically the toilet edition. It's not even worth watching. And also, the cut that they make is incredibly jarring. It doesn't even make sense. Like, if I hadn't known the movie already, I wouldn't even know what just happened. So there you go. Don't watch this one. Watch the black and white version. Or if you're okay with colorization, I don't care. I never got into that argument. But there we go. That's what I had to talk about today really quickly. I hope you enjoy it. Have a good day. Have a great holiday. Have a great Christmas if you celebrate that. Have a great Kwanzaa if you celebrate that. Have a great Hanukkah. You've been celebrating that for a while. Have a great whatever your holiday is. And I hope everything's great with you. Thanks.